Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. It's difficult really to know where to start today. 2 weeks ago, everything seemed relatively normal. Last week, we celebrated a dedication for Evie at Nuneaton, and Rose and I celebrated a friend's retirement from 40 years of ministry. But things still seemed okay. And now we're locked down, trying to understand the whys and wherefores of a totally new situation. Shops are half empty. Schools are closed. Friends are concerned for their livelihoods. And we're necessarily isolated from each other, and in many cases even from our families. It seems enough to make you properly despair. But at that point, I then read a Bible reading a friend shared. Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7 says this: "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." It's a fantastic little instruction, and for me, it's enough to keep me going, certainly for the moment. I'm not the worrying sort, but I want to share another thought with you, as some of you will be justifiably worried. Normally, we'd share thoughts on Mother's Day, and we'd go on our merry way after the service with our little bunch of daffodils. But there's one picture of God in the Bible which fits closely with the reading that I just shared, with Mothering Sunday, and with this difficult time. Psalm 91 and verse 4 says this: "He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promise are your armour and protection." That reading always reminds me of seeing a mother swan on her nest. The newly hatched cygnets run around at their heart's content, but if you approach too closely, they run to their safe place under Mother Swan's wing. And woe betide anyone who gets too close. You'll all remember the warning you got as a child: a swan's wing can break your arm. That warning is real, and it's because the swan will do everything to protect and shelter its young. And God will protect us. The little cygnets have no idea what's happening around them once they've taken shelter. They just rely on their mother. If you can't manage not to be anxious, just take shelter. Rely on God. As the world changes all around us, try to avoid being anxious and spend time in prayer, not just for deliverance, but also in thanksgiving for the good things that can happen, that will happen, and that are happening. But if that's not enough, if you find even that too difficult, just take shelter under God's wings. Even if you're unaware of what's happening around you, know that you are safe in God's care, just as the cygnet is safe in its mother's care. God bless you. We look forward to the day when one day we all meet together again, face to face. But in the meantime, speak to each other, communicate with each other, speak to God, and rest and relax in his loving care. God bless, and see you soon.